like to introduce our second panelist, Mr. Nikat Obsuna. He is a passionate, innovative, creative thinker. He consistently worked towards bringing a positive change in the field of education. With an experience of 13 plus years in the UAE and Philippines with various curricula, he is skilled at designing and implementing co-scholastic initiatives and training teams across all age groups and educational levels with students at the core. He has been featured as Teacher of the Month by Teachers of Dubai in January 2020, has been awarded the sixth Amazing Idea Awards in September 2019 by Harriet Watt University. He is also the grand winner of U18 Sports and Fitness Award for under 15 martial art categories, April 2019, and third prize winner of the Best School Sports Newcomer category. And let me tell you, he is currently the head of physical education and post-scholastic department well-being champion at Credence High School, Dubai, which is rated very good currently. And that's not all. He proudly actually wrote that in his profile, and I would want to read this, that he is a devoted husband, a great friend, a budding vlogger, physical educator, occasional article contributor to Gulf News, and a proud Filipino. Welcome, Nikat, and we are ready to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Miss Poonam. Hi, Judith. Hi, Archana. All right. If you can hear me clearly, can you match me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
If you guys can hear me, can you match me? Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much, ma'am, for a very humbling introduction.
It's all your hard work.
All right, then.
Yes, we can see your screen. If you can just, put it in presentation mode. Thank you.
All right, so I would like to start my presentation by having a mindful moment. So everybody, I'm requesting you for a hardcore 1 minute of complete silence. You may do it sitting, you may do it standing. All right, what we need to focus on is our breathing. I want you to be mindful at the moment. Be in the moment. You just have to think of whatever thing happening around in the next 60 seconds. Just continue to breathe in and breathe out. And if you can manage to hold your breath for about 6 seconds, that would be better and beneficial. All right, so 60 seconds, we'll start now. So there you have it. I just oxygenated your brain to be ready for the next 15 or 20 minutes of discussion or whatnot. And yeah, I would like to officially welcome you to my webinar. So the title of my webinar is It's Time to Prioritize Health and Physical Education. So I would like to make an introduction regarding the COVID-19 that yes, indeed that COVID-19 present us many challenges in maintaining our health and physical wellness. Needless to say that physical activity has a lot of benefits in our growth and development, into our executive function, and also, being not so close with the diseases, or shall I say prevention of diseases. Not to mention closing of the gyms, those recreational center, pools, inability to go around, to do biking, jogging around, even going to the beach has been taken away from us. In modern sports, excuse me, it is the first time in the history that Olympics and Paralympics has been postponed, all right? And I believe there is a big loss in the sports industry at around 800 billion of its total global value. And also in education, at around 2 billion students are now having this kind of academic shift right? From physical school into virtual learning. I'm very excited to present everything into you. I mean, when I say everything, my experiences and my expertise, I will try to speak in general. When I say in general, those who are, those who everybody who can relate to. If you're not a teacher, it doesn't matter because I will be speaking half of my presentation. All my examples will be more generic specific. And also, on the other half, I will be speaking where all the teachers, especially the phys ed teachers, will be able to relate. It is very timely. I was really browsing what could be the newest trend of health and physical education. Good thing last Friday night, the Shape America has released a poster about prioritizing health and physical ed. Without sounding too technical, a Sound America has identified, if you happen to look down here, has identified the rates of anxiety, and I'm reading it from below, and depression among the children and adolescent has been rising rapidly. And you know what? COVID-19 has made it worse. In addition, many students had experienced a level of trauma during this pandemic. And we can actually categorize it as an adverse childhood experience. It's really sad to hear that. Without having any intervention, that this ACE could actually result into a chronic disease or some sort of mental issue in the future. If I may share with you, as soon as this pandemic started, all my children, because they are very close to me until now. I mean, when I say until now, especially my former student, now my present student, I was talking about now, they are very close to me. They keep on expressing, sir, how about the school? I miss playing football. I miss the field. I miss the classroom. I miss everything. They are trying to defy the amount of screen time that they are having at home. And at the same time, being inside in the four corner could be a tremendous and detrimental, could have a detrimentus and that detrimental effect, shall I say, to the mental state or the sanity of the students. With these small instances, without us adults realizing that this could be a potential hazard, this could be an ACE, adverse childhood experience, that could lead to, I just made mention about mental health issue in the future for them. I will be speaking about more about Shapes America. So now I will be addressing my talk in a question, a specific in three questions. So the first question would be, what are the actionable ideas, tools, and strategies? I'll begin with Shapes America. Shape America is the golden standards. Now I'm addressing to the PE teachers out there because I have a couple of my friends from Philippines, from New Zealand, from Dubai as well, Sharjah and Abu Dhabi here, who are also happens to be a phys ed teachers. So they must be knowing all this. Shape America is the golden standard of health and PE curriculum. Its advocacy is to deliver PE instruction that will naturally reinforce and, shall I say, align with the SEL, or the social and emotional learning. Whatever, if you are following the curriculum of Shape America, whatever we are teaching in health and PE, we see to it that it is always aligned with the social and emotional learning of the students, with not to mention to develop some competencies such as teamwork, self-awareness, responsible decision-making, stress management, problem solving, and even goal setting. I mean, how? How do we all develop this SEL, or social emotional learning, by having a health and PE classes? To provision of physical activities, and also with the genius amount of pedagogy, or the strategies of teaching. And nowadays, with the inclination of the technology, we are able to obtain another actionable idea in here is the mens sana in corpore sano. This is a Latin phrase with the literal translation of a healthy mind and a healthy body. So nowadays, why it is so important that we need to make our mind, our sanity as important as our physical being. Okay? You know what? This pandemic gives us the space and give us the importance of exercise and active lifestyle. Okay, hold on a second. All right. The third one I would like to stress out is about rebranding. So rebranding is it's a very, how can I say, it's a very proud feeling that as phys ed teacher is the only, not only, but I should say most of the time has a chance to impact about the social and emotional learning to our student through having our phys ed class. And right now, rebranding means shifting focus from being developing of the skills. Now we are trying to shift it and have a focus on health and well-being. Also, the never-ending kerfuffle. You know, we PE teachers, we always, try to battle out that PE is also as equal important as maths, science, English, right? So some people don't have this kind of framework that for them it's only academics. But what is happening now with the pandemic? Why people on social media are doing some sort of exercise on TikTok? Why I see some of my former student who is now in high school and college, they are now into, making a workout exercise on Instagram. Why people are having physical activities on their daily lives and such. Okay, so rebranding means instead of before we are focusing more on on the skills development. Right now we need to have a paradigm shift, a focus into well-being. We need to focus more on the well-being of our student and at the same time health. Now, what are the another actionable tools that we need to use? All right. So I have here some screenshot. Okay, so these are the screenshot of some of the actionable tools that we can actually get on a very tangible basis. You can actually enroll in some summer camps, webinar like this you're doing. What else? You can also enroll in some fitness group classes. Some of them has this virtual membership. You can actually enroll in some family driven physical activity website. This Mommy Poppins, this is actually cool. You and your family can actually register for free. And this is a course. And all you need to do is just to sign in. And after signing in, this website will definitely give you what a trendy and home-based physical instruction, PE instruction during COVID. You have to go to this channel or to this website. And if you are in Twitter, because I am very much active on Twitter, you can actually use the official hashtag HPE at home. One word, HPE at home. At the end of this presentation, I will be sharing with you all the links. Actually, I have it in the link. It is compacted in one single link. I will be, sharing it with you. I will be giving also my email address if you want, to take all the platform or the tools that I have mentioned. So the first question was about the actionable idea. Yes. So these are the actionable ideas and tools that we can go to during this pandemic time. Let's go to the second question. How can we do what is right for the children? It is very vague. Okay. Nobody knows the right formula. What is the right thing to do for the children? Okay. So I shall say that it takes understanding. Understanding of what? Access. We need to understand if our own child or us adult has an access. Access to what? Facility? Access to internet? Access to device? What else? Access to implement. Okay, I'll be tackling this access in a very, very quick way. When a child doesn't have a single ball to play, and if a child notices that my friends do my friends do have, why don't I don't have? There is a sudden impact, a very sad impact to that particular child. A child who is very motivated to attend to his class, but the internet access is not that strong, something to do with access. A very devoted, if you are really keen to work, but your laptop is not cooperating, you don't have access to device, it's somewhat not. It takes understanding that in order for us to give something right for ourselves, something right for the children, there should be a genius amount of access to his routine. When this pandemic started, I shall tell you that everybody is lost. Right? Everybody is scattered around. For us teacher, we don't know how to use this Zoom. For us teacher, we don't know how to use this Google Classroom, Padlet, Seesaw, Flipgrid. We are lost. In the first, I could say, first month. Have you imagined about the students? If you're a parent, you must be also, you got also stressed because, transitioning from one class to another class, where could I find the link? I'm not able to access the Google Classroom. This kind of stress, this kind of anxiety kick in. All right. But what really the student needs now is a routine. We need to put everything down. What do I mean by we need to put everything down? We need to put everything down and take a baby step. Keep it simple. For PE teachers, if you are very technological savvy, and if you are planning to have some sort of platform, like if you wanted to have a Flipgrid, Seesaw, if you wanted to have this Nearpad and all, just check and balance first. Because in as much as we wanted to give some digital platform and to make our principal wow, it's not being helpful. Because number one is we can see that do my student have access, and number two is we should keep it simple by making our student comfortable first. As soon as these students becomes comfortable with first using the platform, digital platform, second using the device, third transition from one class to another, this kind of transition, this kind of shift should be the base when we're speaking about the Maslow triangle of hierarchy. All right, it should be the basic and minimum requirements. All right, I don't want to flex, but in my school we address it. We see to it that our curriculum is flexible enough. We see to it that students are comfortable with the amount of transition. We give them breaks in between, so there is a space for them to stretch a bit and take a break. We make also the homework policy, behavior policy, all kind of policy student friendly. So pretty much to say that right now we are very much confident, delivering this kind of. What I'm saying is about the routine, okay? Routine about parents, I will be discussing it with you on the next slide. So I just discuss about more on the teacher as of this moment. Okay, soft skill. I have made mention with you about the Shape America advocacy. Okay, I have to tell you a very quick story. I have attended a webinar last week by Dr. Lordino Vergara, the Vice President of the University Relation and Advancement in the Philippine Normal University in Philippines. And he has challenged all the attendees on this question. Does remote teaching help students develop grit and resilience? Okay, do you think this remote teaching will help us adults develop the sense of grit and resilience? And I wanted to hang you up there, okay? And I think this is a really good point of discussion because we can sit down for the next 2 hours discussing all of this. But what I want to give you is we adults, we don't process such things. Lucky enough, if your students are able, or if your child is able to process it the way we used to process it. But I'm telling you, they process things differently. And it's so sad. And again, it takes understandings. Okay. Soft skills also, I would like to mention that we have given a privilege to teach physed, where soft skills and hidden curriculum is not only being embedded but being developed. Okay, being developed. So this is what I like about PE teaching. We are not only focusing on the health and not only focusing on the physical aspect of the child, but also we are also developing the SEL, social and emotional learning. Focus, I just made mention about a significant paradigm shift. I just made it mention. Significant paradigm shift.